Hello, I'm Peggy Megginson and welcome to the Megginson Method. So today we're going to talk about the relationship between stress and sleep and how when we manage our stress better, we're able to sleep better as well. So there is this vicious cycle between stress and sleep. When we have an increase in stress, we tend to be in this alert state throughout the day, and that carries on through the night if we have stress in the body. So by being in this alert state, what I mean is that we turn on the sympathetic nervous system, and by being in sympathetic, it's this fight or flight state where we have an increase in our heart rate, an increase in our blood pressure. The body is alert, it's ready to take action, it's ready to run across the street, to run away from danger. We're in this period of high sort of anxiety. And so most of us spend most of our day in this state. And if when we go to sleep in the evening, we're still in this state because of the stress, then you can imagine that we're not able to sleep because everything is on overdrive. So what we need is to be more into what's called the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the part of our autonomic nervous system that relaxes us, where we're in a restful state. And this is the state that we want to be in when we're sleeping. And so by managing the stress, we end up being able to stay in parasympathetic while we're sleeping. And that's the ideal situation so that regeneration of our cells can happen. The body's repairing itself. This is where all the healing happens. And that's where you wake up feeling refreshed. So how many of you actually wake up and feel great? Like you want to jump out of bed, you're ready for your day. How many of you? Exactly. So most of us find that we think that we're getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep, but we're actually spending 8 to 10 hours lying in bed thinking about what we're going to, our to-do list for tomorrow. And what we actually want is to have this whole period of recovery where the body is taking care of itself, doing the things that it needs to do to repair so that we wake up and we feel refreshed. We feel ready for a new day. And until you actually feel that way, then there is some level of stress going on in your body that's causing you not to sleep well. And so an 8-hour amount of sleep should have you feeling refreshed. So some of the things that you can do to also help with that is to make sure that you stay hydrated as well, so that you're not in a period of dehydration. That helps with sleep. But you want to focus on ways of managing your stress before you go to bed. So there are two simple techniques, meditation and breathing, and combining those two. I do a method where I combine those two with a visualization, and you can find that on my evening ritual. It's a video, you can find it online. For those of you watching online, you can click the link. And with that evening ritual, we combine breathing with meditation, with a visualization that gets rid of your negative thoughts, your worries, any of the negative self-talk that's going on in your head, so that you're able to have a more restful sleep. So you're not sleeping with worry, with thoughts going on in your head. By doing the meditation, you'll learn to be able to meditate throughout the day without really thinking about it. Because what it really is mindfulness. It's just being without thought for some moment of your day. And it doesn't have to be a full hour. And it can be more effective if it's just small snippets throughout the day. And then just having this period of visualizing, just getting rid of all of the worry and negativity so that you can actually have a restful sleep. And so by decreasing the stress, we increase our sleep. But what also happens when we're stressed and we're not sleeping is that we're not coping with the stress. So the stress goes up. So once we take the stress away and we sleep better, what we find is that we can cope with the stress better, so then the stress goes down. So can you see how there's a vicious circle here? So when stress goes up, you're not able to sleep, you're less rested, so you're not able to cope with the stress goes up even more. So when we take the stress out, the sleep goes up, we have better quality sleep, we wake up rested, and we're able to cope with the daily stresses, and it doesn't trigger us. So we don't feel stressed and we're able to sleep better. And so we end up sleeping better and better because we don't have that stress and we're not triggered by other events that might have caused us stress before, because we're just coping better because we have better sleep. Does that make sense? And so finding ways to manage your stress on a daily basis is so important to achieve better sleep, So we regenerate, and we just are better versions of ourselves. And then you're able to go out and enjoy your day, be focused on your goals, have better concentration, and just live a happier life. Okay, so watch the evening ritual video and try it every evening for at least a week, and please feel free to reach out to me, let me know how it goes for you if you have any questions or comments. And I look forward to hearing from you.